Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, plus people's reactions to those deaths from social media, as seen at Legacy.com in the fourth week of August 2022. Actor William Reynolds died August 24, 2022 in Wildomar, California. He died of pneumonia at the age of 90. He starred as Special Agent Tom Colby in the TV show The F.B.I. He is also being remembered for his memorable role on a Season 1 episode of The Twilight Zone, as well as for many movies and TV shows. Reynolds was a U.S. Army veteran of the Korean War. World leader Mikhail Gorbachev died August 30, 2022 in Moscow. He died after a long illness at the age of 91. He was the last leader of the Soviet Union who presided over the collapse of the USSR and won the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in ending the Cold War. Gorbachev is being remembered as one of the most internationally influential people of the 20th century. Journalist Uma Pemmaraju died August 8, 2022 at her home in Ossining, New York at the age of 84. She was one of the original anchors for Fox News when the network debuted in 1996. Pemmaraju is also being remembered for her Emmy-winning reporting at news stations in Baltimore and Boston. Inventor E. Bryant Crutchfield died at a hospice center in Marietta, Georgia on August 21, 2022. While working for Mead, he invented the Trapper Keeper, beloved by students in the 1980s and 90s. Crutchfield's Trapper Keepers were even featured recently in the Netflix hit Stranger Things. He is being remembered for creating one of the iconic symbols of the 80s. Jazz musician Joey DeFrancesco died August 25, 2022 in Phoenix. He died of a heart attack at the age of 51. He played the Hammond organ and was considered by many to be the instrument's greatest virtuoso in the world. DeFrancesco is being remembered for working with musicians including Miles Davis, Van Morrison, and Bette Midler. Singer Mable John died August 25, 2022 at her home in Los Angeles at the age of 91. She was the first female solo artist to sign with Motown Records, and she released singles for Motown and Stax, including Your Good Thing Is About to End. John is also being remembered as a member of the Raylettes, the backing band for Ray Charles. Chef Roland Mesnier died August 26, 2022 at an assisted living facility in Burke, Virginia. He died of complications from cancer at the age of 78. He was the White House pastry chef for 25 years, serving 5 presidents from Jimmy Carter to George W. Bush. Mesnier is being remembered for decadent desserts, including his spun sugar creations and his annual holiday tradition, the Gingerbread White House. Actor Robert LuPone died August 27, 2022 of pancreatic cancer at the age of 76. The older brother of actress Patti LuPone, he was Tony-nominated for originating the role of Zach in A Chorus Line on Broadway. LuPone is also being remembered for playing Dr. Bruce Cusimano in The Sopranos and for roles in movies including Jesus Christ Superstar. Inventor Clayton Jacobson II died August 18, 2022 in Byron Bay, Australia at the age of 88. He invented the jet ski, originally marketed as the Sea-Doo. Jacobson is being remembered for imagining the idea of a motorcycle that could ride on the water so accidents would be less harmful. Businessman Art Oberto died August 26, 2022 at his home in Seattle at the age of 95. He was the longtime face of his family's company, Oberto Snacks, known for their beef jerky and sausages. Oberto is also being remembered for his enthusiastic support of hydroplane racing. There have been hydroplanes racing under Oberto sponsorship since 1975. World War II veteran Dean Diz Laird died August 10, 2022, at the age of 101. He was a U.S. Navy flying ace, the only Navy fighter pilot to shoot down both German and Japanese planes. He remained in the Navy for almost 30 years, also serving in the Korean War and the Vietnam War. Laird is being remembered for his heroic actions, for which he was honored with the Distinguished Flying Cross. Football player Steve White died August 30, 2022, of leukemia at the age of 48. He was a defensive end for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 1990s and 2000s. White is also being remembered for his college football career at the University of Tennessee. Actress Charlbi Dean died August 29, 2022, in New York City. She died of a sudden illness at the age of 32. She starred in the upcoming film Triangle of Sadness, which won the Palme d'Or at this year's Cannes Film Festival. Dean is also being remembered for her performance in the CW superhero series Black Lightning. You may not know that any family can place an obituary on Legacy in honor of a loved one's memory. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Georgia have been lowered to honor the memory of former First Lady of Georgia, Sandra Dunnigan Deal. Flags in Tennessee have been lowered to honor the memory of Tennessee Highway Patrol Sergeant Lee Russell of the Aviation Division and Marion County Sheriff's Department Detective Matt Blansett, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Arizona have been lowered to honor the memory of the innocent lives lost to the tragedy in Tucson, including Pima County Constable Deborah Martinez. Flags in Alabama have been lowered to honor the memory of Officer Ivan Lopez of the Mount Vernon Police Department, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Oklahoma have been lowered to honor the memory of Officers Robert Blaine Swartz and Captain William Riley Hargraves. Flags in Hawaii have been lowered to honor the memory of James W. Wong, a former member of the State House of Representatives and Senate. Flags in Kansas have been lowered to honor the memory of State Representative Gail Finney. Flags in Oregon have been lowered to honor the memory of Logan Taylor, a wildland firefighter who died while battling the Rum Creek Fire. Flags in Florida have been lowered to honor the memory of Special Agent Jose Perez of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Flags in Florida have also been lowered to honor the memory of the 13 American service members who lost their lives in a terrorist attack at the Hamid Karzai International Airport in Afghanistan 1 year ago this week. Flags in Pennsylvania have been lowered to honor the memory of Pennsylvania National Guard Private Alyssa Cahoon. Flags in Indiana have been lowered to honor the memory of U.S. Marine Sergeant Jackson Payne Wright. Flags in Delaware, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Ohio, Rhode Island, and Virginia have been lowered in observance of Overdose Awareness Day. This week also marks several notable anniversaries. 20 years ago this week, musician Lionel Hampton died at the age of 94. He was a jazz vibraphonist and bandleader. 25 years ago this week, Diana, Princess of Wales, died at the age of 36. She was a royal icon known for her charity work. 35 years ago this week, actor Lee Marvin died at the age of 63. He was known for films including The Dirty Dozen and Cat Ballou. 35 years ago this week, actor and filmmaker John Huston died at the age of 81. His movies included The Maltese Falcon and The African Queen. 40 years ago this week, actress Ingrid Bergman died at the age of 67. She was one of the great stars of the golden age of Hollywood, known for films including Casablanca. Actress Yvonne De Carlo was born 100 years ago this week. She died in 2007 at the age of 84. In addition to her film career, she starred as Lily Munster on The Munsters. Actress Isabel Sanford was born 105 years ago this week. She died in 2004 at the age of 86. She was an Emmy Award winner for her performance as Wheezy Jefferson on The Jeffersons. Author Mary Shelley was born 225 years ago this week. She died in 1851 at the age of 53. Her novel, Frankenstein, was one of the first works of modern science fiction. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths and reactions.